Join me as I spend the night in the woods, trying to capture the eerie whispers of ghostly owls, and see if they really can chill me to the bone. Owl whispers have long been a fascinating topic in folklore and the supernatural. These haunting sounds are often associated with death, mystery, and the unknown. But what really goes on when we hear those chilling calls in the dead of night? There's something undeniably eerie about hearing an owl's call in the dark, especially when you're alone in an isolated area. It's as if the sound sends shivers down your spine, making you wonder if you're really alone. I mean, who hasn't been walking through the woods at night and suddenly heard that haunting hoot, making you freeze in your tracks? Imagine being in a dense forest, surrounded by tall trees that seem to close in on you as the darkness falls. The only sound you hear is the rustling of leaves and the distant hooting of an owl. It's enough to make your skin crawl, isn't it? You can't help but wonder what's lurking in the shadows watching you. But what is it about owl calls that evokes such fear and fascination? Is it the fact that they seem to appear out of nowhere, their calls echoing through the darkness like ghostly whispers? Or is it the association with death and the supernatural that has been ingrained in our collective psyche? In many cultures, owls are seen as omens of death, symbols of the unknown and the supernatural. In ancient Greek mythology, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, was often depicted with an owl as her symbol. But in other cultures, owls are seen as harbingers of doom, forecasting death and destruction. I've heard stories of people who have heard owl calls outside their windows, only to have a loved one pass away soon after. Personally, I've always been drawn to the mystery and intrigue surrounding owls. I've spent countless nights in the woods, trying to capture a glimpse of these elusive creatures. And when I hear that haunting call, I can't help but feel a shiver run down my spine. It's as if I'm being let in on a secret, a whispered message from the unknown. One of the most chilling recordings I've ever heard is of an owl whisper in an abandoned asylum. The sound is almost otherworldly, sending chills down your spine as you listen to it. And then there are the stories of people who have reported hearing owl calls in places where there are no owls, like urban cities or abandoned buildings. It's as if the owls are trying to communicate with us, but in a language we can't quite understand. But what's the reality behind these ghostly whispers? Are they really harbingers of doom, or just the product of our overactive imaginations? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. Owl whispers have the power to evoke fear and fascination, drawing us in with their haunting beauty. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Owl whispers are more than just a creepy sound in the night. They tap into our deepest fears and fascinations. They remind us that there's still so much we don't know about the world, and that sometimes the things that go bump in the night are the most intriguing of all. Thanks for watching, and if you've had any experiences with owl calls or supernatural encounters, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're feeling brave, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be exploring even more terrifying tales from the unknown.